frontier. These are the adventures of Legoland Space. Its unending mission to explore the depths of imagination, to seek out brave new worlds of excitement, to boldly go where no child has gone before.
Welcome back to All Things 80s. Now, in my hand right here is a classic Lego set from 1983. This is set number 6823 and is the Surface Transport. Now, I got hold of this recently, completely unopened, so I'm going to go through the whole experience of unboxing and building the model. Now, Lego was a huge part of my childhood, and I have just such fond memories of building these sets. And I actually have a very strong memory of this set itself. The reason being, this was the first ever space Lego set I got with a yellow spaceman. Up until this point, the spacemen were either white or red, so I was really excited to get hold of one that had a yellow spaceman as part of the set. And furthermore, I even remember where I was when I got this set. It must have been a Saturday back in '83, because I do remember building this set at my grandma's house, and I suspect we took a drive to the village close to where I grew up, and they had a John Menzies store, and I remember getting this set here and going to my grandma's house and building it. So this is a really special set for me. Now, this one is from a Target store, and the price tag says $2.99. So, you know, not growing up in America, I'm not sure if that was the sort of a standard price for such a small set back then. I really don't know, and I even don't know how much it cost in the UK. But I do know it cost a hell of a lot more to buy this in 2019. So anyway, I'm just going to sort of admire the packaging. You know, back then it was pretty much all Lego and Star Wars, and of course they had the the punch-out hole to hang on pegs, and the stores back then just had tons of these Lego sets hanging up. And you know, with this being such a small set, this was very much a pocket money set. I do remember some of the larger sets. I got those for birthdays or Christmases, but something of this size was very much affordable by saving up pocket money for a few weeks, you know, doing without sweets and comics and just focusing on having something to aim for, which I did frequently. I really did enjoy saving my money to get something I really wanted. So we're going to go ahead, get this one opened, and then once it's built, we can comment on the actual model itself. Okay, so now the moment of truth. So this had like one of those like thumb finger punch holes. I'm trying to think if I should do this carefully or not. You know what, this is all about the experience, just recreating memories. So you would get this thumb in like so, and then, okay, I'm being more careful now as a responsible adult, and I guess these were slightly, no, they weren't perforated. It was just a case of go in and rip. So this is nice, just to, you know, I can guarantee you back in '83 this thing would have been opened in 2 seconds. I am trying to be slightly gentle. Okay, and inside, oh, the 2 bags. And of course instructions and it's a catalogue showing the various space sets. There's the current models and a nice diorama on the back. Pretty nice. Go into that in more detail later. And of course the instructions itself. And I do notice straight away that unlike modern sets, these bags are not numbered. And parts of the Spaceman are in this bag, some parts are in this bag. The instructions itself is a very small set, so it shouldn't take too much work to build this. Nice. And again, Lego used to always give you alternatives. So this was the set as it should be built, but they also gave you examples of what you can build with the parts included in the set. So, you know, a couple of alternative models should you wish. And wow, there are 6 steps to this whole thing, and they don't even include assembling the Spaceman as a step. So anyway. Huh. Okay. I was getting confused there because the axles had the red centers to them, and I don't see any red on the wheels here, but we'll get to that. Okay. I wonder. No, there's no smell. You know, when I opened the that Star Wars figure the other day, that had the very reminiscent new plastic smell to it. This does not, but anyway. So step 1 is assemble the Spaceman. Wow, these feel tiny in my hands, but oh, it's so nice to finally see a little Spaceman again. Like I said, my Lego has survived from the 80s. And in fact, some of it is bound to be from the 70s. I'm going to dig that out for a future video. But yeah, so this was a great moment for me back then, because this was my first ever yellow Spaceman. Yep, wow, that's nice. So there's Spaceman. So step 1, simply join these 2 parts. Hang on, this is taking more force than I remember. Ah, there we go. Okay. Next up, you know what? They don't even... You see, this is where the 80s were better than they are, or times are better then than they are now, in as much as the instructions don't really tell you how to assemble the wheels. They just assume that you know that the wheels are constructed by placing the tires over the center hubs. They just assume that you know that. So, you know, there's none of this mollycoddling kids where you have to tell them every single step of how to do something. This, you know, these instructions are somewhat vague, and as a result, you know, it led to the kids to have probably better problem solving skills than they do nowadays. This little container at the back gets the door clipped on, like so. That goes on the back. And then this brick onto here. And already we're up to step 4. So this goes on here. And this one here, like so. And hang on. Okay. You see, I'm getting all flustered here. I'm on camera. Just calm down, calm down. Okay, these go onto here. I'm putting this down to the fact that I don't have child-size hands anymore, but this is quite fiddly. Okay, this to here, this to here, easy. this goes on top. Again, this is interesting because I have looked at some of the modern Lego sets, and those instruction books, they're like novels because every single step is laid out. There's nothing that you have to sort of work out for yourself. Whereas even this tiny little set has required a bit of, you know, ingenuity to work things out for yourself, which is good. I like that. And lastly, the antenna. I guess that's like a metal detector. And again, these clear pieces, those were always sought after. We used to, in primary school, we used to have contests to see who had the most. We called them Lego lights, but you know they didn't light up. But we always said, "Oh, I've got 12 Lego lights. How many do you have?" And one guy go, "Wow, I've got 15," and wow, he was the boss. So anyway, there it is. There's our little, what do they call this? Surface transport. Yeah, just as I remember it. That was wonderful. Really enjoyed that, actually. You know, even though it took all of 2 minutes to assemble, it was just the opening and taking all the parts out it brought back a lot of great memories. And again, like I said many times already in this video, the yellow spaceman was a huge thing back then. You know, strange color to make a spaceman. You would have thought grey would have been the obvious choice. But yeah, we had white, red, then came yellow. And I believe I did get one set with a blue spaceman at some point, which must have been towards the end of my time with Lego. I never got the black spaceman. But anyway, that was nice. Enjoyed that. So hopefully you enjoyed that too. And if you did, please do like, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next video as we go back to all things 80s, and there'll be plenty more unboxing videos. Thank you.